Today, the movie I will review is It Follows. This movie pays homage to what horror movies came to be about. So, with that being said, this movie will be remembered for being one of the best of the year. So, here's the storyline. For 19-year-old Jay, this should be about school, boys, and weekends out at the lake. But after a seemingly innocent sexual encounter, she finds herself plagued by strange visions and impeccable sense that someone, something, is following her. Faced with this burden, Jay and her friends must find a way to escape this horror that seems to be only a few steps behind them. Okay, so when I saw this movie, there's no real way to explain it without making it come across like a tag game, tag you're it. But it's basically about this evil presence that goes from person to person, passed through with, sex. This film was made for horror fans. It takes you back to when horror movies were being made, where it came through with the 80s, and it didn't have all of the jump scares in it. It had just enough of the great intense horror and terrifying moments and a lot of suspense. For example, a lot of times watching this movie, it made me think about Halloween and how in the background you would see something move, or you would see Michael Myers appear in the back or something like that. This is how this was, and it was very um, relieving to see how whoever had this, let's say, virus or possession or whatever that was following them at the time would see just the craziest things, and it was always some sort of person that would come for you. And basically, what this movie is, because you never see how initially it got started, but by the end of the movie, you finally figure it out. Everybody that's chasing you in this movie is someone who has caught this deadly virus or deadly curse, I want to call it, and they're trying to pass it on so that maybe they'll have another chance at living or whatnot. But once you're killed and dead, and that's it, that's all it is. You're gone. Um, it was very exciting movie. It kept you very into it throughout the movie. Even in the beginning, it starts out, just right off the top. It starts out getting into everything. Um, the actors and actresses were pretty good in this movie. A lot of newcomers that I seen, but this movie um, will be one that you will really want in your collection. Like I say, the you really have to pay attention to it, because at first it's like, okay, if you miss anything or you blink, you're gonna be asking yourself, okay, so what's really going on? Um, It Follows delivers where other recent horrors have failed. It creates memorable moments and characters which the audience feels for. Unlike recent films, there's no way to predict what direction this movie will take, and there's finally not a completely predictable ending. I mean, when you think you know what's going to happen, when you think this movie is over, it really isn't over all the way to the end. Even when the movie is actually over, it's really not over. Um, Horror movies have taken easy ways out of the audience throughout the years, having things jump on the screen, which make the big moments feel instant and just, I don't know, just out of this world. Like it just didn't make any sense. Taking it too far, just overdoing it these days. And this movie brings that back. It brings back that collectiveness of when horror movies were horror, when in the Freddy Kruegers, the Jasons, the Michael Myers, all of that. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give this movie a 8.5. I think it was really good. I'm actually would love to see a sequel. And at first, during trailer time, I wasn't real sure about this movie, but I could see, and by the music that they play, I'm thinking to myself, This movie may just be the one, and it is. It's worth a watch, or even two or three. So if you've seen this movie, please let me know in the bottom what you thought about it, your feelings. And until the next review, please rate, comment, and subscribe.